Matty, thoughts on your side's first win of 2025?
Probably a little bit frustrating. I think we kind of created a lot of chances and just didn't kind of like really take it. The probably most frustrating thing is that we've just been talking about it for the last kind of couple of weeks about kind of building the territory and momentum and kind of finishing kind of plays off. And I think we just get a little bit kind of tight and a little bit kind of greedy, I think, at times and stuff like that, and we didn't kind of like really kind of put our foot down, and we come away with obviously kind of 4 or 5 tries, which was really good, but it's a little bit frustrating just the way that we're kind of making kind of good areas, and getting ourselves in position to kind of score and not really kind of taking our chances. So it's just a little bit frustrating, but 5 points at home in front of a kind of good January crowd is good, but yeah, we still want a little bit more.
Because you could have put the game to bed at half time, couldn't you, really, if you'd have been more clinical in the 22?
Yeah, exactly, that's right as well. So we were saying it kind of on the sideline, we were kind of 60 minutes in and it was only kind of 19-7, I think, or something like that, and that's kind of 2 tries with their wind at the back kind of thing. So like we weren't really kind of, as I said, like we were just kind of keeping it kind of too close to kind of comfort. And we know we've got some work-ons and we need to kind of keep working on, but as I said, like 5 points at the end of the day is great. Second team had a really good win as well, so there was a good feeling in the change rooms and a good feeling at the club for the lads.
What do you put that lack of being clinical down to? Is it the fact that you've had I don't know how many weeks it might be now, 5 or 6 weeks since your last game? Do you put it down to that? Do you put it down to being rusty, or is it just something like we've rushed it in the areas where we need to be composed?
Yeah, we spoke probably the first kind of 10-15 minutes. We knew we were going to be a little bit rusty. Obviously, we only kind of had 15 minutes, I think, against Morley. So our last kind of run out was Moortown away. So that was probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. So we knew there was going to be a little bit of rust, and we tried to kind of iron that out on kind of Tuesday night and have a very heavy kind of session. But it's just it just comes down to individuals, and I think we're just kind of making a few kind of like wrong errors at the wrong time, and Sammy kind of talks about it, and we're just kind of compounding errors on errors as well. So I think it will come, and it will be dangerous when it does come, but we're just hoping the fact that it's going to come in these kind of big games coming up, because you need to kind of take your chances against the other kind of top 4 teams if we're going to do anything this season.
I guess games like today, when you welcome a side that have struggled this season, they're meant for upsets, aren't they, really? They're meant for the banana skin games, and the way that your side saw it through, 5 points in the bag, is fairly impressive.
Yeah, exactly, and probably take nothing away from Goole. We knew that the way that they were going to play, and we knew they were going to be tight, and then you were going to try and pick and go and kind of run over the top of us and kind of get that kind of field position, and they did that really well, and I think they defended really well and put us under that kind of pressure, but we just didn't have the patience to probably go another kind of 1 or 2 phases to score. We look like if we make a break, we want to try and score straight away, or throw like a flashy offload to kind of like try and get over that kind of line, and yeah, it's just becoming kind of a little bit too often at the moment now, and we just need to make sure that we're just kind of taking our opportunities.
How are the bodies doing? How are the lads doing in the dressing room? I know one notable sense of injury was Will Vasey going down with a head injury. I imagine the process for you will be the right protocol put in place to make sure that he's all right. How's he doing at the moment?
Yeah, we'll kind of play it by ear, but unfortunately, if you get kind of concussed in the way that kind of the hit happened in the game, and Brescia's kind of assessed, and I think he's going to be out for kind of 3 weeks now, so which obviously a huge loss. I think Vasey coming back from overseas and working kind of hard to get back in that kind of first team, and it's a real kind of contest with obviously kind of Watson, Leah, Noah's kind of playing really well, Renard and stuff like that there as well. So yeah, so it's a really good kind of contest at the moment, and we want all guys kind of firing. So, but player safety always comes first.
So Morley are back here at Silveroyd next week for the rearranged game. With the results that have gone the way that they have today, your side sitting joint second place. There's a real opportunity next weekend with another win. What your last home game for a couple of weeks to go into that run of away games in February with a lot of momentum. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be tough. Morley are kind of chasing us at the moment, and so they're looking to try and kind of get into that kind of top 3 or 4 battle. So we know it's going to be a tough game, and we know the kind of style that they're going to play. We're just going to make sure that we kind of own up, and we need to be better at the ruck than what we were today. Look after our own ball a bit better, and obviously kind of attack the way that we kind of want to attack, and look after the ball and be patient.